Alright, we're not gonna get to this good as fuck stuff right now, but you guys saw this last time we played Phantasy Star 3. Although in that stream we didn't really play the game, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play the game today, like first game. But we didn't look. We only took a brief look at the stuff that concerned that game. So this time we're gonna look briefly just at the stuff that concerns this game, because we're gonna play the first game in the series, which ironically is my favorite series yet I've never played the first game. I know plenty about it, but I never really played it because I never had a Master System, and since I started streaming on Twitch, I've always been doing this thing. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna wait for it to pop up. Antoine, what's up? Duke, Ingvar, thanks again for the resub. Maury, what's up? Hey, Zelda, how's it going? Exactly, Zelda, exactly. This is such a fat bank that I had to wrap it in anti-spur materials, of course. But that's for later. That is for later. How do I stream? There you go. Okay, it's been a week since I streamed last. Had to check. It's been like 7 days. Feels like 7 months, but that's alright. I'm not playing games just yet. Not just yet. Okay, so being this my favorite series, I'm not really much into series. It's generally just a game or two I pick out and like. I don't really give a fuck much about the rest, but this one I really grew up with and I'm really fond of. So for the third game last time, you must have noticed I streamed like 5 hours of me just showing shit and artworks and lore and not playing the game. So this one is, I don't know if it's gonna be as big, but it's gonna take several hours as well. And I got like 700 OBS sources on this scene alone, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All that to say that yeah, I should spend more time playing games instead. But don't wanna spend that extra. I wanna go that extra mile for this series. And yeah, been really busy lately with the code and the course and shit like that. So, but I'm gonna make it up today and or the rest of the weekend. Maybe I could even beat this tomorrow. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. 42-year difference. I don't know, but last night I found out the apparently the Japanese Phantasy Star 3 version has different year convention than the localities. I don't know, dude. It's fucked up. I wanna bother. Don't ask difficult questions, Morrican. It's just numbers. Hey, Alico, what's up? Yeah, this just came out on the Switch. What was it like? A couple of days ago, the US, maybe Europe, I don't know. But it came out at the beginning of November in Japan, I think, and you could even select the English language in it. But the localized version, like the actual overseas version, for some reason came out just now. Yesterday, okay. Pretty good, Helico. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the Switch and basically every other port, every port of Phantasy Star 1 provides FM sound. Every single port. The Switch one, of course, yeah. It also lets you speed up the walk speed. I don't know actually about the Switch one, but all the Phantasy Star collection lets you do that, and you can choose hiragana, katakana, and stuff like that. But you're spoiling the stream. I'm gonna be talking about that as well. Yo, thank you. What's up? Parco Dio. Alright. Just give me a second there. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, remember how I say that every single port of this game has FM sound? That's true. But at the same time, the game we will be playing does not. Zenki, thank you very much for the 6 months. I wait for 10 Howards of Phantasy lore shock. That's pretty accurate. It won't be 10 hours, but it could be 5, like the Phantasy Star 3-1. Enjoy your biological Phantasy Star beat, goat badge, Twitch money, memes. Thank you very much for the support, though. How do I? Okay, there you go. OBS sources, no. Where's this thing? Hold on, I forgot how to stream. Mayday. I guess I can. The fuck is this source, dude? Nope. I got this. Ah, there you go. Timeline. Fuck off. I got this one too. Look pretty. Yay. Big series. They put out the rest of the Phantasy Star games. I don't think it's planning. I don't think they're planning to do that. There's like Gain Ground and all sorts of cool shit. And for the next round, they went with user submissions, and they got stuff like even Jet Set Radio in the first place for the poll. So they got like Sonic Adventure suggestions, stuff like that. I don't know how much they're gonna stick to the user input, but and apparently Jet Set Radio got first place because the composer, who's got a big following, asked his fans on Twitter to vote that, but I don't think that's gonna, yeah. All right, let's stop derailing. Let's get to the good stuff. All right, let's bring this up. All right. Okay, so this is Phantasy Star Fukkokuban, which is not Japanese for big dick. Now, this is originally a Master System game that released on the 20th of December 1987 for only 6,000 yen at 4 megabits cartridge. That's a decent price, but this is not a Master System stream. We playing the Mega Drive version of this game called Phantasy Star Fukkokuban, but it's not a Mega Drive version. And Fukkokuban just means reprint edition. Okay, what does that mean? It's actually pretty simple. Fukkokuban means reprint edition, and it's the result of one of Sega's many prize campaigns. You could send the name of the strongest combination attack in Phantasy Star 4, and you would win this copy of this game, which is actually a reissue. They reissued this game with just brand new packaging, which is this recycled stuff. It retail 6,000 yen for the Master System. I don't know how much the Mega Drive version costed, but I gotta assume it was way cheaper. Although 6 is already pretty cheap. But the weird thing is that this is actually just the Master System game. This is not a port. As far as I know, to be a port, it's gotta be like you gotta rewrite the code to fit the framework and the system and whatever not. The fuck. But this is literally the Master System game in that board with that same code. It just works on Mega Drive through some simple connectors. I don't know if it's a chip or some shit, but it works in the same way the adapter would. But we're gonna look into that in a bit. Let's get some eye candy here. So this is the Mega Drive Japanese box. This game goes for around 45 to 50 euros if you convert to yen and you buy it in like Suruga and import it or something. And this is the original one, the original Japanese box art. You can see it's the same artwork as it should be. I like Tyrone, Odin's packs there, pretty good. Notice how it says FM on the bottom left, and 4 mega on the top left. Memory bunk up, sure. Yeah, we're not gonna get any of that. We're not gonna get any of that. All right, what else we got? We got the, oh yeah, this is a good one. Hold on, gonna have to do some zooming into the into this one. Yeah, Maury, thanks to the host. All right. Alright, check this out. Dude, it just cracks me up so much, but only one part in particular really cracks me up. Look at this guy, man. Oh, I wish he were higher resolution. It's doing that, like the sex face. It's doing like a really big gist face, dude. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, let's get rid of that. And then there's maybe the most interesting one, the Korean cover art, which is the same design, but it seems to be completely retouched. Like, it's different. And that's only in the Korean box. I don't know what's up with that. Why they bothered. Maybe the manual ones seems to also be retouched. No idea what's up with that. What's up, Echo? It's fucking stupid, man. Oh, I've seen somebody complain about Sega Heroes Alice, some concerned parent, because her yellow pants, the person thought she was naked and like she was showing her crotch or some shit. Okay, so the Mega Drive version sold for 4,800 yen. That's one. Seems about right. The original sold for 6,000, and that was already pretty cheap. Yes, Spy vs. Spy is also coded by the same guy, and I think even the music is composed by the same composer as this game. But we're gonna talk about that. Get a full-scale version of untouched artwork for that stuff. So that's the front, and this is the back. It's pretty good. I put them in rotation back here, the front on the back. Yeah, okay, it works. It works. Yeah, that's Duke Nukem. I didn't want to say it right now, but we got that right. All right. Oh yeah, we needed this one. Hold on. Fuck, this is high res. Oh, it is. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face, man. This fucking. Oh shit, dude. Just oh. It's like holding the bottom lip with his upper teeth. It's pretty funny. All right, little eyeball. Can't even see Lutz. Okay, let's get completely rid of that. It's faster than resizing it. And guess what? Gonna get some advertisements here real quick. Now, this game was fully translated in Brazilian. Well, in Portuguese. There's no Brazilian, but it was fully localized in Brazil, just like every other game in this series. Yo, this cat, what's up? And Captain. Time to emote that face. I have any emote slots anymore. Alright. So it's the Joko lasts this game lasts 3 months. It's subtitled in Portuguese. Shh. Shh. God damn it. Subtitled in Portuguese, and I know what the second half says. What do you want? What do you want? What do we want? What? Shh. God fucking, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's non-stop. It's non-fucking stop. Alright. What do we got? What do we got? Let's hurry up, move forward. I got this one. Experience a new fantasy. Hold on, I'll read it for you. I'll read this shit for you. What's the name file? Page 53. Alright, I'm on it. I'm on it. Attack! The galactic tyrant Lassic hurls lightning bolts at you. But your magic blade responds with a blast of blue fire. And your team of adventurers is about to join the battle. Welcome to the Warriors of Phantasy Star. Phantasy Star. Sega's newest adventure role-playing video game. Phantasy Star is full of traps and treasures, magic and monsters. Not to mention dungeons and towers, so real you want to wipe this line for your boots. And recoil from dragonfire. Phantasy Star features space travel to 3 worlds, Magician's Dream Book of Spells, 16 level dungeons, and more monsters that you can cremate with a laser gun. And Phantasy Star also includes a built-in memory, so you can save up to 5 separate adventures. You can only save 3 slots in fucking Phantasy Star 3. You can save 5 slots in the Master System game. That came out 3 years back. Phantasy Star is just one of 8 adventure role-playing video games for the Sega video game system. Look for Miracle Warriors, oh man, the Emerson Lake Palmer RPG, and Lord of the Sword coming soon. The second game was the first Mega Drive RPG. I don't think this was the first Master System RPG. Very unlikely. Dude, Echo, look at Master System's Miracle Warriors title screen. Just look at it. It'll all be clear. Alright. This might be loud, but I got something for you guys.
Sega はロールプレイングゲームも変えてしまう。ファンタシースター。かつてない驚異のグラフィック。壮大な SF ストーリー。その秘密は4メガ。ファンタシースター。
Yeah, true that, Maury. True that. True that. I'll be talking about that as well. There's this meme link. You just slap fucking sunglasses and that shit. Ah, memes. Yo, what's that? Wall of text. Mrs. Lamb. Thanks for the 100 bits, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Direct Relief Charity, I don't know what that is, but I think they do that once every year. Yeah, you can cheer to both the channel and the charity, apparently. Anyway, let's move on. What's this one? Oh yeah, I had this up because this is actually how you would originally get this game. Like, this reprint edition was born due to a campaign prize at Sega. You have to say and to tell them just after the Phantasy Star 4 release what was the strongest attack combination, because the game had this awesome combo attacks you would do, and if you guessed it right you would win a reprint. But then the user demand was so strong they just had to commercialize it. I guess they saw a market there. I think the Sega sample chant was just from the commercials. and was put in the last second when they couldn't get a band in-game sound test band with Sonic playing in the options. So I just filled a third of the ROM with that. But I think it's a thing even since the SG-1000 days, the Sega chant. If you look at the commercials on YouTube for the SG-1000, you will see that. Yeah, 1983. There you go. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Conduct hand, like a lightning thing. Yeah, exactly. Yo, 100 Mega Shock, what's up? Welcome. No market? I don't know about that. It was only in Japan. I don't know about that. I don't know. Alright, let's see what we got here. Skip that up. Let's keep reading my own shit. Alright. So this is basically a next generation reprint. It was released on the 2nd of April 1994, which is actually well after the fourth game's release, because Phantasy Star 4 in Japan was released in 1993. So I guess a bunch of nerds just really quickly got their hands on the reprint. Now, as we said, I think it could be they had already messed around with like Phantasy Star 1 cartridges with like building in Mega Drive connectors in them while they were devising the Sega Mega Adapter. Look at this shit. I think they actually call it an adapter with an O in Japan. But this is the power base converter in outside of Japan. It's basically, this is the adapter you can use to play like Master System games on the Mega Drive, but nowadays, unless you're like a sick purist, this thing is useless because EverDrives replace it. You'll see I'm basically going to play the Master System ROM in my Mega Drive EverDrive, and that's as faithful to the original experience as you can get without having the physical copy, which I do want to get. I don't have it yet, but I also want to stream this on English on my first time around, even though I really want to play this in Japanese eventually. But eventually I should get like more stuff to play with. Smooham, what's up? So my guess is they either had a bunch of spare boards or just access to easy production for this stuff, or both. Anyway, this version is exactly the same as the Master System version. I'm not saying it's a perfect port. It's different. It's the Master System game. It's that board and that same code. It just works on Mega Drive through some simple connectors in the same way the adapter would. I'm guessing. I didn't look at the specs, but it's just connected. It's not a ported game. It's the same game in a different cartridge shell, and they made it work. It's just like that. But unfortunately, that's not as cool as it sounds. A port would have been of better quality because even though the hardware is similar and the game works on the next generation consoles, it handles FM sound differently with the YM2612 than it did with the YM2413, which is the Master System chip. You can tell that because it's fucking smaller, dude. But it doesn't fucking work. We're not gonna get FM sound at all. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna play this PSG only. PSG only. Hot PSG bow jams for us. So even though the data for FM sound is actually present in the cartridge, one can only play Phantasy Star 1 with PSG audio on the 16-bit console, even if using the power base converter and an actual Master System Phantasy Star cartridge. It's actually pretty good Mario game. So FM sound wasn't even native to the original system. He's the original system. That's the original Master System. It's called the Mark III. The Mark III would require the FM sound unit, an external add-on to reproduce FM sound. There you go. That's how it looks when you plug it in. So if you thought add-ons were a Mega Drive thing, look back. I just blew it out of proportion with it to very dumb levels. You're only doing Mega Drive stuff in here. Although at 32X, I really want to play at some point. I've never played a 32X game. I'm gonna play fucking Colibri and other shit. Yo, Zetsubera, what's up? So when they rebranded the Mark III into the Master System, that was actually built in. You didn't need any FM sound unit. It was built in. The whole feature was built in. And there's a 58 Master System, aka Mark III games that support FM sound, including Phantasy Star 1 and Is the Banished Omens. But for these two, only the Japanese version is compatible. 18 of those are even unreleased in Japan, like Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap, really proving Sega's commitment towards the Western market, even in the late 80s. Even though that really just came through in the early 90s, I would say. Well, to be honest, Science, speaking console wars, if you're gonna do that without memes for once, you can say, as an underdog, Sega was pretty successful even with the Master System. The Master System obliterated any competition in like the whole UK and pretty much South America, Brazil in particular. Other countries as well, which is something that's already a success when you're going against somebody else who has like 95% of the market under their control. Oh, Passerotto, bella. Anyways, nowadays there are better alternatives than doing the power-based converter crap and shit. As much as the Mega Drive stuff is the only stuff I really care about collecting in my life, I don't have any use for the power-based converter. You can just fucking play stuff nowadays on your EverDrive. You see. And I picked this specific model of the EverDrive, which I think is the best one. I don't have it. I have an older one, but it serves my purposes perfectly. But with this one, what you can do, I forgot the name of the guy that introduced the core, but with this Grix EverDrive model, the Mega EverDrive X7 or the V2, they introduced a core that allows for the reproduction of YM2413 music on Mega Drive. It's not a commercial. It's not a commercial. You're the only one paying me here, Zach. You're the only one. But for the Megamarathon, as it was not possible back in the day, we're not doing it here either, if possible. So we're gonna play this in PSG. What we're gonna do, however, like we did in the past with other games, is get past the language barriers and play the game in English. I could get by in Phantasy Star 1 in Japanese. It's just I've never played the game before. There's a alright localization in English everybody knows and is familiar about. I never played the game before, and what really stinks, what really sucks, if you want to play this game in Japanese, it's all in katakana. You see, does it even have kanji? Of course not. It's a Master System game. The shitty thing is it's all in fucking katakana. I played on stream through Battle Golf for Yui, which was only hiragana and was all text. It was a fucking golf adventure game. It was a fucking adventure game. I was fine. I had to look stuff up in the dictionary, but I got all the lore, all the dialogues. Never mind that the fan translation came out the next month, but it was fine. I did consider doing Phantasy Star 1 as well in Japanese, but fuck dude, no. It's katakana, man. They had to introduce hiragana with later ports. Saptonda. Alright, let's move on. There's a lot to show, a lot to talk about. Behind his schedule. I didn't have dinner for this stream because I had fucking humongous amount of lasagna for lunch, and it was a late lunch, so. Alright, so what Phantasy Star 1 excels for its time being a 1987 RPG is everything. From the beautiful anime sprite animations. Hold on, I got memes and some source moved up. Alright. Yo, Endless Night, what's up? I don't really need it. The only thing I could use it for is that my EverDrive is pretty old, doesn't have save states. I think most new models have save states. I look into that, but I don't fucking want save states. So I don't really need to upgrade my EverDrive. Even though I hear these old models have some wiring which is not optimal and could damage your console in the long run. But animation's better than Phantasy Star 3 because Yuji Naka coded this shit. Basically. So everything about this game is just completely obliterating the competition. Like everything else that came out around that time is... This is on another level. The sprite animations, from those to the context-aware battle backgrounds. Look at that shit. To the refined and memorable soundtrack. Just the game's technical maturity was in line with the story as well. The part of it deals with pretty complex and mature themes, although it keeps it easily accessible to a wide audience. I don't think we're gonna run into a huge amount of dialogues and stuff, but I do know the game has cutscenes. That was also innovative. And what else is innovating about this game? It's a sci-fi RPG with a female protagonist. That's pretty good. It's alright, Duke. You're gonna get the other 4 hours of it. The other 4 Howards. Now, what else? Did you see the ad? The 3D effect. Let's bring that up again. Pay attention. There you go. Now, the 3D effect in the dungeons is a good reflection of this thought. It might not seem like it nowadays, but for a 1987 video game on an 8-bit system, the so-called 3D effect in the dungeons was really something to behold. It's pretty sick. Let's bring that back up. Now, during the development, the speed of that scrolling was about 4 times greater, enough to have the developers get motion sickness and almost barfing. So let's talk about the guy responsible for all of that. The coding wizard at the time at Sega. Let's talk about Yuji Naka. Yeah, all those commercials are really short. Yeah, the cartridge is 4 megabits and has FM sound support. Not the Mega Drive reprint edition we're gonna play though. So it's gonna be PSG only for us. Do we have any idea if the game sold well? Wait, what do you mean? Do you mean the reprint or the original? Yeah, Morricane brings up a good point. It's not to meme and do the usual meme about console wars, but look at that animation. This came out when Final Fantasy 1 came out. And other Japanese RPGs of the time would be stuff like Dragon Quest? Did Dragon Quest came out already at that time? So it's clear we're dealing with something incredibly revolutionary for the time from a technical point of view. I'm just talking about technical shit. I'm not saying Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest are shit. But yeah, that's the point. And yes, Science, Phantasy Star sold very well, of course. This was a very popular game. For good reasons, for good reasons. Alright, let's get rid of the meme here. They're talking about Yuji Naka now. Let's move on. Let's move to a new meme. Black Onyx. Isn't Black Onyx a SG-1000 RPG? Is that another Onyx? Or did it come out on Master System as well? Alright, well. Anyways. I don't know any numbers, but I am pretty sure. No. This is a old school stream Tonda. You're the artist. You can color that. You can color that. Right? So like other prominent figures in that scene over at Sega, and we're gonna mention the other prominent figures, Yuji Naka joined the company in 1984. He was about 18 years of age. That makes sense. He had learned how to program in high school by copying and debugging game code published in magazines, and had a part-time job where he would work on Sharp and Fujitsu computers. He wanted to work at Namco, but they would only accept university graduates. He did however get to work at Sega, where he was put to work on a project which was intended for training newcomers. So this game here, which most of you probably know, was actually a project that was supposed to just train the newcomers, such as Yuji Naka, but put in the work. The completed work result was so good that they actually commercialized the SG-1000 game and released it on December 1984, not long after he joined. This is Girls Garden for the SG-1000. It's a pretty cool game. If you want to check it out. I didn't post a screenshot, but it looks nice and it's actually fun. The bear is scared of the girl because it's Girls Garden. Now I don't want to drag this out too long, so let's speed up. Most notable Master System games where he covered the role of main programmer would be Hokuto no Ken, which is First of the North Star, but it was released as Black Belt, I think, outside of Japan. And of course Phantasy Star. That's Master System games, but he programmed for 2 SG-1000 games, 7 Master System games, the Arcade Outrun, and 7 other Mega Drive games, including the 3 Sonic the Hedgehog titles and Knuckles. That's without counting roles as an advisor, special things, and shit like that. He obviously had a pretty high curve over the offices at Sega and did just several breakthroughs in his career. He'd move on to the Saturn platform, still as a lead programmer around the time of Nights, which released in 1996. Nights, I guess Nights is one of the first games people think about when they think Yuji Naka, but after that he became more of a manager. His credits are all like producer, director, producer. He was almost exclusively involved with the Sonic the Hedgehog and Phantasy Star Online franchises until 2006. Random picture. Although he didn't take direct part in the development of Phantasy Star 3 and 4 back in the Mega Drive days, as we've seen before. Now looking back at some interviews and episodes, particularly that with Peter Moore of EA, you know, look that up, you can tell he made much more of a career at Sega than just that of a programmer. There was some drama. But I don't want to digress too much. Back on topic. Another technical feature, other than the 3D dungeons, that he pulled off in Phantasy Star 1 was something that the recent Switch port, if you look up the interviews, the developer, the programmer for the Switch port really went insane trying to figure out what the fuck was Yuji Naka doing with the code and how was he reproducing the anime animations, all those anime animations in that 4 megabit cartridge in a Master System game. This is not obvious in 2018, but what he did with the Master System RPG with all those detailed anime animations is pretty good. They explained this to the other programmer on Twitter as well. Basically what they did is they wrote a bunch of just custom assembly routines for each of the anime animations, so it's pretty hard to wrap your head around. But during the test phase, they could even get 8 animated zombies on the screen on the hardware. So this is a meme stream, let's just try to do that too. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. You got 8. Oh fuck, that one came out the last second. Let's kill it. Ujinaka would credit himself as Mu Yuji. As you know, back in the day, they weren't allowed to use their names, so that was his handle name. You see Mu Yuji, or like U and I don't know how to say in English, like the little 2 on top. That's him. That takes care of the programming, but what about the rest, right? I'll make this a Yuji Naka stream. Let's get rid of the memes. Alright, we're gonna have a nice picture here, which is gonna serve as a bridge. Because this is a picture with Yuji Naka and another person. They're holding the original Mark III version of Phantasy Star 1. That other person is Rieko Kodama. I got another meme of her. There you go. So this is higher quality meme. Now, in the culture of old Japanese video games, you could say the most successful women were Keiko Erikawa, which is the Koei lady in the husband and wife combo of Koei, and indeed Rieko Kodama here. So you had one for computers and one for consoles, I suppose. If you wanna do fanboys and oh my god, a female developer and shit like that. Now she has been working for Sega ever since she joined in 1984 at the age of 21. So she joined the same year Yuji Naka joined. As we will see, they had very bad design staff shortage at the time, and she still works at Sega. The Switch Phantasy Star 1 that just came out yesterday, she made it. Well, she didn't make it, but she is in the Sega Ages team that are putting out all those Switch games, and she's pretty much responsible for that, as it's basically her own game. Burp. Alright, I got hold on. A good picture. There's a good picture. Now, before joining Sega, she apparently had an interest in advertising in high school, and after that, she was indecisive between art or archaeology. Now, this resulted in failed classes, right? She then joined a trade school for advertising design and got into graphic design. She eventually got interested in the emerging home console business, because most of the industry at the time was in the arcade field, of course. And then she got to meet somebody at Sega thanks to a trade school colleague. At that time at Sega, there was a mentor system, which is interesting, really interesting developer inside here. The way it would work, new recruits would constantly learn working with a senior employee, just mentoring them. She fell under the guidance of this dude called Yoshiki Kawasaki. As you can probably tell, he is the artist behind Flicky. Sega developed arcade game released that year in 1984. Was trying to surpass Namco's success with Mappy. Oh, I think the game was initially called Busty, but then somebody from Sega of America told them, wait, Busty is not good. Change the name. Then they went with Flappy, but that was too close to Mappy, so they changed it to Flicky. Now, her first game she worked on would actually be Champion Boxing. Champion Boxing. This is an interesting game. This is not only Rieko Kodama's first game, but it's the first game of another prominent figure in the Sega scene, but more so on the arcade one, that also joined the company in 1984. That guy also had Champion Boxing as his first video game he worked at Sega. That person is Yu Suzuki. That's a good picture. I like the bottom one a lot. Now, in his words, this is a minor project with limited staff. Indeed, that was a time where development times were very short and the company was really understaffed. He also said the game was developed for SG-1000 and then that was installed in an arcade cabinet. So in 1984, you had Yuji Naka, Rieko Kodama, and Yu Suzuki learning game development at Sega. I think it's pretty interesting if you're a nerd. Now, she would have to work on 5 or 6 games at once due to the lack of design staff in particular. Some names are Princess Ninja, aka Sega Ninja, the arcade game, Alex Kidd and Miracle World, Quartet on both of its arcade and Master System versions, Fantasy Zone 2, The Tears of Opalpa, and she'd just be all over the place in regards to design assets. I think she even did some dragon design for Miracle World. But this is gonna get good now. This is gonna get really art intensive here. I'm gonna hit that shortcut. Might be wondering what's this. I'm gonna show you now. All right. Okay, so we said she had a knack for advertising and graphic design, and that played in her favor in a way. She acted as editor for the SPAC, the Sega newsletter. Stands for Sega Players Enjoy Club, which is a good name. Now, their Sega artist would often publish short manga, although at the beginning it started in August 1988 as a developer's newsletter. All right, like that's the issue 0 on the left announcing it, and on the right you have the first issue. But it was just a newsletter. I figured just a couple of pages and just a few lines of text. But it quickly just went fucking mad, absolutely ravaging with content, and it got disturbingly good. It was full with fucking manga, some short, some not. A lot of comedy and gag and shit. It was full of artworks, just fucking full of artworks and manga. And she was no exception. She fucking did like a shoujo manga or some shit in there herself. Alright, so we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna look at everything a little bit here and there. Now, the fans who would join would also get membership cards. I didn't say the picture, I forgot to, but it's just a membership card which is all black with the spec writing on it. The newsletter, which basically was a magazine after some point, as you will say, I have PDFs to look at. Ran for 11 issues over 5 years, so from 1988 to 1993, it evolved into a magazine full of manga of assorted seriousness, but always featuring Sega characters. Alright, that's issue 0, that's issue 1. Here's issue 2, see Alex Kidd. Issue 1 having, hold on. So 0 has Alice from Phantasy Star 1. 2 has Rolf or Usis and Nai from Phantasy Star 2. I think you can still see Alice in the top left, right. These are really low resolution images, by the way. Here's Alex Kidd. Now issue number 3, you see there's Alice with a shield that says spec, and then there's Opa Opa. Issue number 4, you have Kujaku 02, or well, no, that's 1 actually. This is a Master System game, but it's actually a Makoto Gino manga / anime. I would be the first of 2 collaborations with Sega by Makoto Gino. You would have Kujaku-o, which is, I think the manga is known as Spirit Warrior in America. And then you would have King Colossus, which is not from a manga or anime, but it did have the story, character, and design by the that guy. Quality newsletters, you say? You have only seen the tip of it. The Peacock King, is this like the literal? I think it's known as Spirit Warrior, right? I kept watching of, and it was called Spirit Warrior. But yeah, literally would be Peacock King. I knew that. Alright, issue number 5. I think these are Langrisser characters, if I'm not mistaken. That looks like Langrisser stuff to me. I haven't played that game yet. Was it even translated? What do you mean? The first game? Or the manga? I don't know. No idea. Oh, if you guys think this is awesome, just fucking wait, dude. This is shit. Why, that's not Langrisser? The hell is that? Anyways. Okay, this is Phantasy Star 3. The cool thing, if you paid attention to the lore during the game and before the game, first off, that artwork is obviously made by Toyo Ozaki, which is the character artist and designer for Phantasy Star 3. You can tell by the dude's face. I'm fully familiar with her style now, super deformed style. Now, those are Mew and Ren, of course. You might think, okay, that's just one of the 7,000 billion characters you play as. Or, yeah, that's Riz, the first main character. No, that's Orakyo. That's the dude from the legend. You can tell easily by the sword. It's a black sword. It's Orakyo's black sword. He's got dark hair and just looked like him. If you looked at the other artworks. Spax is Enjoy Club, sorry, yeah. Sega Players Enjoy Club is a good name though. I'm really fond of it. Alright, and then we got another cover here from 1993, but this is a special one. Let's see why. I know why, but I gotta keep up with the script. This is the last issue, which is supplemental and non-numbered. I haven't showed them all yet. We went from 6 to like 11. This came out in 1993. It seems like work had begun on an additional issue as well, but that was not finished. Its contents were reused for the... Guess for what? For the fucking Phantasy Star Compendium. Oh man, I have all these sources in front of it now. Man, the memes are strong. For this one, this thing we're gonna take another look at later. Okay, good. Yeah, get away, go away. They were also reused for the Saturn Phantasy Star collection. Now, Spec was particularly heavy on Phantasy Star content, and the magazine was overall high on unique artworks. And we're gonna dive in a second. First, I want to zoom into that because there's something I noticed which is really cool about this. I'm gonna zoom real hard. Hey Antoine, thanks to the host. This is really low resolution images, guys. I can't do much more than this, but I wanted to zoom because there's like 2 developers. They're playing Puyo Puyo. I think you can see barely a carbuncle at the center. Yeah, that's Puyo Puyo. Oh yeah, it says fire. Okay, it says fire in katakana, so that's all. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but basically that one on the right, notice how her chair says Ippo. So that calls for this other meme. That's the composer from Phantasy Star 3 and 4. Spotted in the wild. Yeah, good luck reading that. Yeah, the end of the millennium, so they're advertising Phantasy Star 4, of course, as this was 1993, and that is the year where Phantasy Star 3 actually released. Now, Another featured artist would be Yasushi Yamaguchi. Yes, this is a picture on the internet. Under the name of Judy Totoya, he is most known for designing Tails. He's the guy responsible for Tails existing. He's known for designing Tails in an internal Sonic Team contest, but has worked on a number of Sega games, including mech design for Phantasy Star 2. As much of a dork as he might look from this picture on the internet of a Japanese man in 1992 or something holding a Tails plushie. We're gonna look how actually good he is as a manga artist. It's fucking insane. We're gonna look at that shit. And we're gonna look at one of his manga publications for Spec, which is actually a very long one about Phantasy Star. And I have everything ready. I am going to bring up my... Let's see if I can move it to the other screen without it fucking up. It's probably gonna fuck up. Hold on, let's see. Can I refresh all these Chrome tabs? Close Twitter. Well, let's see. Chrome. There you go. Okay, it destroys it. Move it to the other monitor. I calibrated it for the other monitor. Yeah, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. I'm gonna move chat on the other monitor. Okay. Yeah, let it load. It's a huge PDF. I'm actually gonna take a pee. I'll be right back. Real quick. Alright. I want it to be known that I only bothered washing my hands because I knew I had to touch my Phantasy Star books in a little bit. Yeah, it starts all zoomed and shit. I don't know, do you guys think I should leave like music in the background, or do you guys prefer background music like this, real low, some white noise maybe, or just nothing? Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Alright, so I have 3 issues. I have 3 issues here. I have what the fuck is this? 7.5. I thought it was 8. And I have 8. They're all very good. I got 7, 7.5, and 8. It's the only PDFs I could find. They're on Sega Retro. I have links in the lower paste bin. It's gonna be in a website ideally next year, and I don't have an account on psalgo.com, the Fringes of Alco website. Maybe they have more. I can't roll an account. It's abandoned. I asked on Sega 16 if anybody has got an account I could borrow. Low background music is good. Alright. Let me know your thoughts on that. This is not Phantasy Star music, but it's ball music, so same composer is from Super Dananryaku. Alright. So we got is that Joe Musashi? No, it's Shadow Dancer. Here you go. And we're not gonna just look very careful at everything, but we have to do this. This is the lore shop where we finally get to talk about Spec. And this is I want to buy issues of this next year, like Lizard Corporation, whatever. It's some Shadow Dancer lore. I don't know. I never played. So you see that Totoya. This is pretty good art for manga, and it's by that guy, Judy Totoya, the guy with the Tails plushie. If I can get a smooth scrolling going on. Yeah, kind of. I see it's full of all these silly shit we're not gonna look at too much. I didn't look at it previously, but okay, so Miki, that's she's dressed up as a ninja, but Miki, yeah. So she's actually one of the developers for Phantasy Star. Cat wanted out, so she decided to let me know by just fucking screaming. But I let her out. So that's some girl which is part of the Phantasy Star 1 team that I see. She's credited as Gamer Miki. Gamer Miki and Lucky P. I'm not gonna bother reading their shit, but it's silly. There's too much of this silly stuff. It's gonna focus on the Phantasy Star stuff, I suppose. Quickly scroll by. A Shinobi wearing sunglasses there. That's pretty legit artwork. Yes, she's got powers, blah blah blah. Alright, we don't care. Do you like this? It's gonna take like 7 years. As you can see, this is like a magazine. Look at this shit. 106 pages. This is supposed to be a newsletter, man. There's no newsletter this big. Wait, what's this supposed to be? It's cactus food. Is this like a Fatal Labyrinth gag? It says GG, Game Gear, so it probably is, right? Like Fatal Labyrinth / Dragon Crystal versus mode. It's saying a bunch of crap. Alright, let's just skip all the developers' gags. They're playing G-Lock. Doesn't G-Lock have fucking Matt Furnace music, by the way? Probably not. Oh, I guess it rhymed with just the artwork. I'm so good. Okay, what's this? Bahamut Senki? Yeah. Yeah, it's Miss. Oh, there you go. Bahamut Senki. Look at that. Look at that anime. Oh, Toyozaki. Look at that. Toyozaki 1990. That's by the... Sega had a lot of women. Toyozaki is the character designer for Phantasy Star 3. That's like my favorite character design in the whole series. You can tell her style by the face traits in the dudes. They all look the same. Every dude's face drawn by her looks exactly the same. Oh my god, let me check what the fuck the cat wants. Hold on. I'm not owned. Fucking cat. Yeah, it should be a double splash page. It's got, you can see our characters there. Right, you all got like 5 minutes of that Bahamut Senki artwork, so let's move on. Advanced Daisen Ryaku. Oh, look at the dwarf's fucking pissed off face there. Yeah, hexagons. Alright, bunch of realistic shit here. Gags. Still playing columns? Alright, let's not waste too much time. I just That's Hitler there. It's some more anime. It's okay. It's okay. One day I'll have a racer chair basket. That's Hartler's profile. So Totoya, this is also by that guy that has a picture on the internet with Tails plushie. And looks like that. I just fucking can't look at this picture. This picture is so wrong on so many levels. So advanced doesn't Ryaku waifu there, okay. Ah, there you go. It's some Toyozaki artwork. Rick is Rick no, that's Riz. No, Jo-sama. What? Hey. But I got Kane study. Okay, so this is Riz. His Japanese name is different. Oh fuck, that's a okay, this is a Phantasy Star 3 manga by Toyozaki. We didn't catch. We didn't catch on the Phantasy Star 3 lore of it. So we're gonna look at it now. Yeah, Rik is the starting town in 3 in the Japanese script instead of Landon, and his name is Kane instead of Riz, if I recall correctly. Nothing, I thought Rick was the name, but then I remembered it's Kane. Rick is the town. No idea what's going on, but I'll have to guess this is gonna be like he's gonna get pissed because he doesn't know who to marry. Which, is that Jo-sama as in princess? That's Prince, right? Oh, dude, look at the Cyclop. That's the genie anime. Look at the Cyclop, dude, right there. If only we had weebs here could translate this. I know, right? Exactly. Oh, they found an enemy randomly. Is this a gag about the encounter rate? You guys just went upstairs and found an enemy or some shit. Rina, is that Lena? That's Lyle, so that's gonna be Lena. But she's Rina. Like Ren, you go on front, Lena, you go on back. Bata? Lyle is Bata. Sure, whatever. Gags. All gags. All the manga about Phantasy Star 3, about her own characters that she wrote. You can find, and we looked at plenty of them. They're all gags and shit, and like some of them are real fun. Like that one where the fourth, third generation characters meet, and they're like, okay, this must be a bug because we cannot meet. And they're like, oh, they talk to what's the guy whose mother died. This is Sean or Chris. I think it's Sean. Start him calling the gloomy guy, and then he's like, yeah, when my mother died, Mew started breastfeeding me, and everybody's like, I didn't know she had that function. I want to go back. I want to go back. It's still Phantasy Star 3. This is Maya, aka Marina, the blue-haired fucking anime that washed up ashore. You see, Lena is jealous. Lyle's probably, what the fuck, dude? Just met her. なんでマリナがあんな彼となんだ？They're really not saying anything relevant. Just like he's just mad, just fucking gonna have sex. Dude, just discarded his pants. He's got rid of his pants. There's probably a sick gag only Morrigan understands here in this balloon. Alright. Yeah, now it magically is about the second game now, because that's 9. What's up, From Beyond? The ain't... No. Dude, please. Dude, Morrigan's laughing. He understood that. Is it by another artist, though? Obviously. Sado. Looks pretty good. Like the background and shit. Professional shit. Wait. So this is Nai from the second game, but that's a guy from the third game. Alright, dude, you're spending too much time on this thing. Wait, I think I know what's going on. I think this might be in relation to the drama CD. Whatever. Yeah, okay, so that's, Rudy. So that's Chaz. That's a young Chaz, and that's probably not Nay, that's like Nay's second. It's a story they came up with in this thing. Came up with a new story in this thing, like new characters, and there's like a drama CD inside, voiced by like professional anime voice actors. It has a full-blown new story, and this is related to that one. All right, we're not. Looks awesome, but we're not too interested in it right now. I was like, wait, that looks like a Fantasy Star 3 character, like, because when you marry Laia, you get Adam, who has an orb on his forehead, because everybody fucking has orbs on their foreheads in that game. And this dude looks like a guy from was it Game Gear, Fantasy Star Adventure. But yeah, this is all about that shit. It's all anime, about the drama, the original story and stuff. It's pretty well drawn for a video game manga. Like, hey, if you wanna fit into this universe, you also have to have an orb in your forehead. Take this. Oh, thank you, dude. I'll get Big Macs. This is probably also by that guy, right? The Tales designer. Looks like a good mangaka with a knack for cyborgs. So that's probably him. Generation of orbs. Well, it's pretty badass. Continued on the next. Yes. Hey, they gave her actual armor. That's pretty cool. Alright. Music Galaxy. Sure. Who are these people? Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay. As you can probably tell yourself, this is obviously the hand of a female. This is this manga is drawn by her. By her. She made it. Let's keep that. Let's keep that below there. Ghost Glow, what's up? Yeah, come on. The faces are all like fucking shoujo manga and stuff like that, dude. prologue story. Okay. I even credit herself as Phoenix Rie. Alright, we're not gonna read into it, but just gonna gently scroll down. You look at those silly shoujo faces, man. I cannot stand them. All this lost lore. This girly manga stuff. Yeah, the thing about Lutz is she originally designed him as a hermaphrodite, whatever you pronounce that, and then he would become either woman or man. And in the initial concepts of the second game, he was supposed to be the main character, the protagonist. He just makes an appearance towards the end of the game instead. Look how fucked up her neck is. Yeah, there's the cat. The girl. There's the guy who's not a guy. 1990. This is 3 years after the game came out, but 4 years before the Mega Drive reprint came out. Is this about the Tera drive? What's this? Yeah, this is an advertisement for the Tera drive. They're comparing it to the PC-98. Think, or some shit. I'm not gonna bother reading into it. Yeah, the Tera drive was his is it the one that's a cross between an IBM computer and a Mega Drive, or is that the? I'm getting confused with the other Mega Drive computer. I got confused. Yeah, the Tera drive is an expensive. There you go. It's a computer. It's an IBM, I think, but it's old Sega branded. It's got a cartridge slot around these parts, and you can play Mega Drive games on it. But it doesn't come with a development kit or anything. So it's pretty fucking useless. Oh, the specs. Oh, it's comparing with the MSX, the Sharp X68000, the new Pasocon. Pasocon in Japanese is just abbreviation for personal computer, so it's PC. It's comparing the Tera drive to a normal new computer. Alright. Yeah, who's this? Who's this guy? They're all like Sega characters. Like a story with artworks. Big Apple. Is this original? Who's this dude? Wait. No idea who that guy is. We gotta hurry up. This is just the first volume. I got 3 volumes. They're killing Zelda. Okay, they killed Zelda. Good. Random anime by Rim. Oh, okay. The anime is dangerous. Mayday. That's pretty well done. Be continued. Okay. Oh, there you go. So, okay, that's a thing. Like a little cat drawn in the same style as Ranma's shampoo cat form thing. He's still flexing. This is a stream of a man on the internet streaming Japanese manga with a guy that is flexing. Dream come true. Wait, Sonic didn't come out yet, did it? Yeah, they're advertising it. It didn't really come out. Expect much of next. Oh, hello. Rock band. Let's see if we can find some more English. Dude, are these Sonic enemies? Look awesome. Now. Yo. Strider. That's some Strider artwork. Dude, the dude just spent his time making manga for the magazine. For the in-house magazine newsletter. Necromancy. Is this a Strider manga? All right. Let's rush this. It's taking too long. Okay. What's this? Could be fan submitted artwork. Probably. How about just sending Nay artworks? Crackdown. Look at that. Crackdown. There's some joke here. Crackdown. The last bow. What? These are the females in the studio. Looks like Shining. What's this? Dude, I'm wasting too much time on this crap. Oh, how to connect to the telephone. It's this. Instructions on how to play Telltale Mahjong. What's this anyways? High tech. Boring. Alright. Alright, next. Shining in the Dark News Advent Dice and Ryaku Phantasy Store Outside Saga. Let's go faster. I'm getting bored myself. Some Mercs. Some more Phantasy Star. That's Shining in the Darkness characters. Look at Milo picking his nose right there. No, let's cut it short. Let's just cut it short. Look at that. Shining in the Darkness. Okay. That's Nay and Shadow Dancer Shinobi. And there's Toki and Sonic on the left. Oh, it says Bobby and Real Sonic. And then there is Andy and Ben, which are the Crackdown characters. And then that's the rest from Phantasy Star Trader, doing like quizzes and shit. This one's actually probably funny. The Crackdown dude is just flexing. Toki's just picking his nose. Assuming that's Toki. Oh yeah, random dudes from Dangokshi. Romance of the Three Kingdoms. There you go. Some China for Pasky. Yeah, those are old times. Good stuff though. No idea what's going on. Is that Fabio? This is Loon. Just has to use every character in that game, doesn't she? Oh yeah, some Shinobi spell. Alright. Oh, Bonanza Bros. Might be too many memes. What's this? Why is Toki giving the finger to everybody? Alright. I'm gonna skim through the rest of it. The stream must go on. There's an eggplant joke in there. This is no idea what this is supposed to be. Try to read it. Nah. Forget about it. It's probably some porn. Yeah, it's way too much text in this shit. So there's some full-blown sick manga in this magazine about like a prologue to Phantasy Star 1 or like a guide and just a side story. You can tell it's probably not bad, but fuck if I'm gonna read this. It looks decent though. Like there's a lot of work put into the panels. Look at this panel. There's the cyborg bunny girl. This fat guy in the front has Judy written on his back. His fat back. Bunny girl's dancing. Cyber bunny girl got knocked the fuck down there. Alright. This is how it's gonna go now. It's gonna go this bit. Starting to feel like a real fucking weep now, guys. This might be too much even for me to stream. People are gonna think I'm streaming manga scans online and gonna get banned. Just wanna look at this shit, you know. We're not gonna be able to look at the game book. This is gonna have spoilers in it. Look at this Mac. We can't look at the game book like we did for 3. I already knew what was gonna happen in 3. So we cannot look at the artworks in the game book for 1 because there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. Of course it ends with Tyrone flexing, hitting from a bowl with a cow, drawing on it. There's more Nay. Sonic, it's a Mega CD. Alright. So this cover was drawn by Kokodama there, the front and the back. Alright, last one, guys, I promise. It's actually the funny one. This is the funny one, because this has a manga with no text in it, like Gone. They made a manga like Gone, but it features Sonic. It's pretty good. Now, not that I know of, Mori. There's just a drama CD. Shining Force, King Colossus, and Art Insane Super Monaco GP2. Kawaii Yatsu ni wa Oge ga aru. Sure. So there's a King Colossus dude just flipping you. Right as you open the newsletter thing. There's killing a bear. I don't think you ever kill a bear in the game. And there's this other artwork. King Colossus. Okay, this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. This is the Sonic manga. Alright. If you never read the Sonic manga, this is the Sonic manga. It's the best manga there is. It's like Gone. You know Gone from Tekken 3? Gone is actually a manga. That's why Gone only appears in Tekken 3, because you have to pay the rights to use him more. Cool thing about Gone's manga is there's no text balloons at all. This is just like that one. So this is gonna be good. Right, Act 1. Sonic meets a ladybug. And he fucking slams himself into it. And the ladybug falls and just fucking burns, but then a rabbit comes out of it. It's just like the game, man. It's just like the game. Yes, From Beyond, exactly. Alright, Act 2. Act 2, Sonic just got killed, smashed by a thingy. One of the metal thingies. Then killed by the spikes. And then burned in the lava. Then he drowned here. Here he got sprung by a spring into a pinball thing. He also died. And here is... Here's Eggman. This is acceptable Sonic material. This is acceptable Sonic material to stream that isn't Sonic 1. This is Eggman trashing him. The wrecking ball. The monitor. Behind the monitor. So many おいらが死ぬところが見たいのかい? Is that like you guys wanted to watch the plays of death of this? I don't know. And that's the Sonic manga. It's pretty good. What's this? Is this Bahamut Senki? Oh, this looks sick. Erzroda. What is this shit? It's pretty good. So this magazine appears to have a lot of like professional artwork. I have no idea which game this is from, but it's from a game. It could be anything. I saw a dragon, so maybe it's Bahamut Senki. This shit's probably rare as well. I think one random issue with this much artwork of this goes for around 4,000 yen on Suruga. I've looked like a couple days ago. It's pretty expensive. You enjoy watching me die so much. Close. I know what game that was from. But they're all like Sega games. That much I know. Okay. Let's wrap this up. We got Shining Force 1. We got the Wonder Mega. Wow. That's pretty cool. Is that like a drawing of the Wonder Mega? This is gross. This is just gross now. Alright. More of this. Drama CD stuff. Alright. Level 4 Lady Gunner. Just speed running the manga here. Real quick. Somebody died. That guy just got fucking punched into the wall. Hope he died. His name is Galdina. Of course you die. Your name is fucking Galdina. You expect... Okay, he's not dead. He obviously... Oh my god. Okay, sure. None of this is in the game, but that's Sonic. That's Sonic right there. I didn't know there was so much shit in this. Well, was less stuff. What's this? Fuck, is he riding? It's disgusting. He's riding a furry, man. Oh, he's gonna flex. That was probably gross and boring all around, but I had to get that done. So let's move on. Let's move on. Oh no. Move on. Alright, move this here. Put this there. Alright. Oh. So, as I was saying earlier, one of the aspects of Phantasy Star 1 that didn't make it into the game totally, and was conceived by Ryoko Kodama, which is that Lutz was originally supposed to be either a man or a woman, depending on how you played, maybe, or in the course of the story he would switch genders. That side might have found more space in the magazine, but it reflects properly on Lutz's looks anyway in the game, whereas this shot here, this shot is proof that he was actually meant to be the protagonist in Phantasy Star 2's early concepts. Now let's catch up, let's read fast. We got here. Pick that up. Alright, we're talking about Ryoko Kodama. So although she started as a graphic designer, she kept doing a little bit of everything, and eventually she just really hardcore steered towards the production side of things. The first game she would direct herself would be Rayheart, the Magical Knight Rayheart on the Saturn. And the first game she would produce herself would be Eternal Arcadia for the Dreamcast, and later the GameCube. This of producing games is a skill set she gained and still holds dear nowadays, as she works in a Sega Ages team. That's too many leaps forth. We're here to talk Mega Drive. Alex Kidd in Enchanted Castle, Altered Beast, Phantasy Star, Sonic 1, 2 are among the games you'll surely recognize on which she did design work. She likes soccer and, to no one's surprise, Western fantasies such as Lord of the Rings. About Phantasy Star, she said, "We wanted a game unlike any other consumer RPG out there. We thought the 3D dungeons in PC games were interesting, and that detailed event scenes would be a especially unique way to convey the story. There were not in any console RPGs at the time. The game's mix of sci-fi and fantasy setting was also a part of this desire to create a unique RPG." That's an expert from probably a Schmopulation translation. I have links down below and I'm not gonna read them. Now about her crediting name, Phoenix Rishi, one of the last interviews she said it's based on the manga character she liked at the time. I bet it's a shitty shoujo. Now for the Switch version, which was released around a month ago in Japan, I hear from you guys in chats yesterday outside of Japan. What's up, Jay? Although she's not directly involved with the porting of the game, she advises a lot. She is part of that development team. The actual Phantasy Star team actually was pretty well mixed up in gender, as we've seen. It was in general a really good team. Even Naoto Shima, the conceiver of Sonic the Hedgehog character. I have a picture. Worked on Phantasy Star 1 as a designer. Alright, let's go. We're gonna wrap it up here for the developer shit by looking at some scans of a book here. We're gonna bring up Chrome again. Well, let's see. Alright. this book is either very small or there's like not a lot of things to see about it. It's not a coincidence that I don't actually have it, but I'm gonna bring it up. It's the World of Phantasy Star. We've looked at it briefly for Phantasy Star 3. This is gonna take only 1 minute, and I should cross that out. For Phantasy Star 3, this only had like 2 pages. The article was called "What Went Wrong with Phantasy Star 3." Literally, just funny. But there's not a lot to see here. It consists of very few pages, and even fewer of those related to Phantasy Star 1. And as you can probably tell yourself, there's not a lot of original artworks either. Just skimming through it, just trying to be comprehensive here of all things related and official, because this is official material. More manga, because we didn't have enough apparently. Phantasy Star Gaiden by Judy Totoya again. Some more manga. You guys like anime? No spoilers there. Item concept arts. That's a big fucking trend. Silly. That's silly. I like it. I like it silly. Alright, then he moves on to other games in the series. So he's gonna quickly discard that. You're like, oh my god, this is the Korean manual. This is the Korean manual. It's cursed a little bit. Alright, back to this. Now, let's see the ports here. We talked about how this game we're gonna play is not actually a port, not technically, but there were actual good ports of not only this game but the whole series as a whole. One of them, which is really good, is the Saturn collection, but I am afraid it only came out in Japan. It seems to have an extremely good package, though. It comes with those are the original maps that come with the original games, I can tell you that much. At least 2, 3, and 4, you see. Then there's the Game Boy Advance collection. I don't know what the fuck went wrong with this one. Look at the artwork there. It's pretty messed up, and the sound is absolute garbage. It really sounds bad. No, there has not been, dude. Not yet. Alright, back to the Saturn collection. This released in 1998. April the 2nd. Has all 4 games in one disc. Actually, I was reading the ROM on the Mega Drive game is exactly the same as the one in this collection. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, as it should be the same in the Master System version as well, right? It only came out in Japan as FM sound for the first game and possibility to switch to hiragana. Phantasy Star 2 and 3 have faster walking speed options. I think 4 even. In the third game you can even use up to 4 save slots, which is optimal, because that way you can just freaking do all 4 branches without ever restarting the game. A gallery mode is also present. Then you have the GBA one, which is trash, don't play it. This one was released outside of Japan. It came out on November the 25th, 2002, and it has the first 3 games. For some reason it doesn't have the 4th game. There is something cool about this though. It's the title screen pixel art. Looks pretty good. And I don't know who that's supposed to be in the background, that picture. I was thinking it's supposed to be Alice from the 4th game, but 4th game is not in this collection. Then there's a remake of Phantasy Star 1. Let me fetch it, because we might play it. Let's play it. Alright. I always wanted to play these, right? So it might be my chance soon to actually play and stream this. As you can see, these are Sega Ages release. These are remakes for the PlayStation 2 of Phantasy Star 1 and Phantasy Star 2, respectively called Phantasy Star Generation 1 and Phantasy Star Generation 2. They're pretty cool. I don't know how good they are, but I'm interested in playing them. Of course, they're only in Japanese. They're translation patches, but due to a dank secret you can do in the second game if you've beaten all 2 games and then restart the second game, I want to play on hardware and in the original disc. I don't know if I'm gonna do that soon, but it's gonna be a good excuse. So this remake came out on the PlayStation 2 Sega Ages 2500 series on August the 28th, 2003. The same happened for the second game. The 2 games have a very special secret I don't want to say, because that's a big spoiler. But it's very dank. It's very dank. If you played Phantasy Star 2, you can guess. You can definitely guess that. They use that artwork for Sega Heroes. Shit. I'm still playing it. I grew fond of the game, man. I gotta say, I grew fond of the mobile Sega game. Shitty mobile Sega of America game or whatever the fuck that is. I am playing the original Master System version. I'm just playing what came of it on the Mega Drive platform. Eventually I will want to play on FM sound, probably. Hey Ingvars, what's up? Yeah, it's the one with the super secret. Apparently the fan translation is bad. So I really want to play these. I really want to play these. Oh my god, what's this? Cool. Oh dude, that was the picture I showed you earlier with Yuji Naka and Rieko Kodama holding the original copy of the game. Now look at this shit, man. Let's dive in a little bit. The manual is super thin. Budget release. Fucking budget releases. The redesign of the characters for the remake of the first one looks fine. It's the redesign of the second game's characters that pisses me off a little bit. Yeah, okay, there is not much here. A registration card. Alright. And here's the second one. Spending too much time on it. Good stuff. I wanna play this shit eventually. There's a sticker. Alright. Last but not least is the single bass collection you can get for this. It's the PlayStation 2 one. I don't have this one. It's very expensive if you wanna buy it. But it has everything. It has like the Game Gear games. It has a lot of shit. Oh, Dream Boss, hello there. Yeah, it just came out on the Switch. I don't have a Switch though. Or I will be playing Game Ground on it. Did Game Ground come out yet for the Switch? Phantasy Star Complete Collection Volume 32 on PlayStation 2 Sega Ages 2500 series. Actually, saying that straight would be Sega Ages 2500 series Volume 32 Phantasy Star Complete Collection. It contains every single 2D Phantasy Star game, minus the remakes, part of the same series, of course, which we've just seen, with extra options already included previously, plus a new type of option, the difficulty option. You can select like hard mode and easy mode. Yeah, it's got Phantasy Star Gaiden, it's got Phantasy Star Adventurer, and it's got all the Phantasy Star text adventures on Mega Drive, which are the Phantasy Star 2 text adventures. Those are gonna come up in the raffles too, you know, in the randomizer, even before Phantasy Star 2 gets played. I think that's very interesting. No hard modes? That's a shame. I know about that. Dude. Alright, so we're gonna move on to what I call the good stuff. You're kind of listening to it. So what I'm gonna do is because we've talked about how this game has amazing FM soundtrack, which we're not going to be able to listen to, I am actually going to play it on Winamp. So the FM sound, which we cannot get. Right, this is a picture of from left to right, Yuji Naka, Ippo. She's the composer for Phantasy Star 3 and 4, and then Bo on the right, which is the composer for 1 and 2. This is my favorite part of the Lore Shock stream. I'll bring up the meme. This is Bo. Everybody meet Bo. I have no idea about Switch stuff, Endless Night. Bo is a Tokuiko Huabo. Was born in April 26th, 1960. You could say he is the father of Sega's console music. He has worked at Sega from April 1985 to January 1997. And has even spent almost 2 years in England as a manager for Sega Europe Limited, living in Richmond, London. He studied agriculture engineering at the University of Tsukuba. And spoilers, we're actually gonna get to play the game tonight, because that was quick. Enough Jet, what's up, welcome. Somebody ban Mrs. Lamb, ban him real hard, slam him outside of the channel. Bo is old school goodness, but as we will see, his greatness and importance to the whole console really is not actually in his soundtracks, even though he's made a lot. So by the time he joined Sega, they were still commercializing the SG-1000, as the Model 2 would come out 2 months later, together with the Master System's launch. Well, the Mark III launch, to be more precise. That one released on October the 20th, 1985. That happens to be my birthday as well, so I happen to share a birthday with the Sega 8-bit console there. Having joined Sega just a couple months before the Master System's original release, it's important to remember that retrospectively, Bo's importance resides mostly in the sound engineering and design rather than the composition. Even though he says, back then during the Master System era, all the console games sound was made by him and another person. All of the console game sound. That means every music track and every sound effect. During busy periods, he would work on around 16 games at the same time. It's an excerpt. All day, every day, I had to be constantly thinking about writing music. If I woke up in the morning with a melody in my head and could remember it through the train ride to work, then I figured it was a good melody and I'd end up using it. This is a piece from the book World of Phantasy Star. We'll take a good look at it. Well, actually, that's the one we skimmed through. No need, but there is a real good. This is from an interview that was translated in the Schmapulation interview. If you take a look at the paste bin and the lore command, there is all the links. If you want to get even deeper. Now, another bit from Bo's words comes from the Phantasy Star First Series Complete Album CD, released in Japan in March 2008, lining up with the Sega Ages 2500 Phantasy Star Complete compilation on PlayStation 2. That was too many words, but it's basically where this picture is from. They were like attending an event, orchestra or some shit. But yeah, programmer and the 2 composers. Back to the best picture in the internet. Fukkokuban? Oh, Sure. Play and find out. You do that. You do that. Okay. The revolutionary 3D dungeons were a huge inspiration to me, and I threw myself into writing the music so much that I neglected both food and drink. Basically me right now. There are links to this other interview. That's not an interview. This is notes. There's a comment he appended to that release, to like the CD release of the soundtrack. Really moving stuff. Maybe like Illuminati speech or some shit. But there's links for that as well. Now, Tokuhiko Wabu programmed a sound driver which used the Zilog Z80. Is what interests me the most. The Z80 is the processor contained in a Master System, but is also the coprocessor contained in a Mega Drive, which is responsible for managing the audio. The Mega Drive has the Motorola 68,000, but also has the old Zilog Z80 coprocessor that manages just the sound. What's interesting is the sound is probably shit in some Model 2 Mega Drives because they come with a fake Z80, like a knockoff brand. It's not a Zilog, what I'm saying. Anyways, he would write the music in assembly on a PC-98 computer, and then that would be converted to his sound engine. His sound driver would be used by many third-party Japanese developers, and it would be reworked for later use in many, if not most, Sega developed Master System and Mega Drive games. Like it's just fucking worse probably, but the scope of what I'm seeing in the scene is just huge. Like, this is the best song in the game, and you're saying it's better than PSG, dude. It's got a remix in the 4th game. He and another dude called Hiroshi Kubota, which is the only two guys in the early days of Sega consoles as far as music goes, basically. They're responsible for the SMPS, which is a sample music playback system, presumably, and its later iterations. Just so you get the idea, there are 178 Mega Drive games with sound made under the SMPS engine. Either it's Z80 version or the 68,000 version. Like, basically laying the ground for all the first party and third party as well, many times, hot jams made by the Sega console. I think that's pretty crazy. That would just keep reworking his sound engine, like even like 6 years. Like, if you think about Hybrid Front, how good the Hybrid Front soundtrack is, it's made but with the same sound engine, just reworked for the I actually know if that one uses the Z80 one. I think it does actually. It's pretty crazy. The other dude I forgot to take pictures of, but we will get to talk about him when we get to play Ristar, which might actually be the next game, given how I think it's winning in the poll. Ristar and Strider 2 are. Hiroshi Kubota is mostly notable for converting Masato Nakamura's music for playback on that same SMPS engine, and for his work on Ristar, the Shooting Star, after which he left Sega and went on to become a jazz pianist, piano jazz musician. But interestingly, the two of them, like the two main guys of Sega console music, worked together on one Mega Drive soundtrack only, which is Sorcerian, the Falcon PC-88 game. Sega apparently held this port really high esteem, like really dear, as not only they assigned their two trusted senior sound guys to the game, but also made the Sorcerian manual on the Mega Drive one of the most artwork-packed manuals you'll find in a Mega Drive release. which says a lot. The Mega Drive manuals, the quality control on those, the Japanese ones, is fucking mad. But the Mega Drive Sorcerian manual is like many of the original manual artworks, which is saying a lot. It's really heavy on that. Now, the original score of Sorcerian music is by Yuzo Koshiro and other 4 people that nobody remembers, because apparently Yuzo is the only composer ever and also the only Sega composer, even though he only worked on 6 Mega Drive games and wasn't even a Sega employee in the first place. Yuzo Koshiro is actually most important to the PC-88 scene and PC-98 to some extent, but the popularity, I guess, of Streets of Rage and his character just completely overshadow more important composers to the general audience. As far as the Mega Drive scene goes, like fucking Bo, truly a legend as far as Mega Drive goes, or Matt Furniss, dude, just fucking Matt Furniss, the absolute god of Mega Drive music, having scored and handled, I counted them, music for 44 games, and that's ignoring his extensive Amiga background. If you can top doing 44 soundtracks on one console. I think this digression was necessary. Hopefully that sheds some light on how important this guy here was to what is my most treasured aspect in any video game, and what I value the most out of the Mega Drive library, which is the sound. Alright. Now we're gonna list quickly Bo's game music works, whether they're composition, advising, arrangements, or engineering. I'm gonna make it real quick. I bet you guys, some of you older guys, probably play a game or two in there. Now for the Master System, aka the Mark III, you got Satellite 7 on the Mark III. It's probably Manny's first game he's worked on. It's Fantasy Zone 1 and 2, Spy vs. Spy, game also Yuji Naka worked on. Alice Kid Miracle World, Space Harrier, Choplifter, Ghostbusters, Zillion, Zillion 2, The Trifer Mission, Outrun, Afterburner, Phantasy Star, East the Vanished Omens, Summer Games, Poseidon Wars 3D, Glasses game, I suppose, Super Monaco GP, and Arton Sen Super Monaco GP2. For the Sega Mega Drive, aka Genesis, Space Harrier 2, Phantasy Star 2, Super Dozen Reactor, Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Well, it's just advising. I really don't like the music in that game, man. Sorcerian, Cyberball, Castle of Illusion, Collins, Quackshot, Golden Axe 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic and Knuckles. Also, the SG-1000 version of Black Onyx, the arcade version of Collins, Shinobi X on the Saturn, and also on the Saturn, that weird game, which is actually an interactive picture gallery called Lulu Conte Interactive de Romain Victor Pugibé, some French sounding game by Victor, I think. Let's bring up another picture of him. Enough with the memes. Now, after spending almost 2 years with Sega Europe and returning to Japan, Bo actually left Sega in 1997. He would still provide commentary for the CD release of classic Sega tracks in the early 2000s by Wave Master, the rebranding of the Sega Digital Studio. Since then, Bo has been around investment companies until in 2007 he joined Winlight, a mobile game developer studio. He became its director, and in July 2011 he moved to its Singapore branch, where he would stay until March of 2014, providing testing services for smartphone games. Nowadays he works as 0 Watt Power as a business development officer since September 2016, providing biomass, electric power plant consulting service, and electric retail selling service. So apparently, if you're responsible for all the music of the Sega console classics, you can become a power plant expert. Guy that says Bo on his face proves it. That about wraps it up. I was quick this time. I hope I didn't bore the fuck out of everybody. That's actually it. I'm gonna dive into the good stuff now. Oh, I gotta get rid of the memes. Okay. Rid of these as well. Alright, so let's get rid of this one again first. I don't think there's too much Phantasy Star 1 related stuff in it. But this is the one with the drama book with the original characters. So that's why there's Chaz and Nai, Damien Ren. This is the new character. Oh, whoops. Bad angle. Okay, better angle. It's a pretty sick artwork, this one. So this comes with this other sick artwork with the ladies, and it comes with this. Now this is the actual thing of relevance. This is a drama CD with voice actors talking about this new story where there's like little Rudy, little Chaz, then there's like Nay first, Nay and Nay second, which is that one with red suit and shit like that. That's not irrelevant here. That is not relevant. We're just here to scavenge for cool shit to show in this book here. So let's get to it. I don't know if there's actually any. This is the fan book. So I think it's all about the drama CD shit. Some of these are from the okay, no, this is original stuff here. All the sketches. I should get a better angle. Hold on. Be higher. Okay, that should be good. Here, of course, you got the first go-to emote. You got Cat from first game, Cat from second game, Cyborg from third game, and Cat from fourth game. Again, confirming that the third game is the best one. It's all furries. It's all furries. The third game is a Cyborg instead. This is like the new character. Oh yeah, this is that. There's got developers, pictures and shit as well. This is like all the voice actors we don't really care about. Here's the stuff that's relevant here. But I don't think there's any original artwork in here, just a big black and white scan of the box art, some screenshots. Oh, what do you know? There's actually pretty good sketches, like concept designs and shit in here. Pretty good. And the wizard, they're talking about a 3D dungeon. Talking about the animation down here, various animations. Alright, get a good look. That's that armored centaur or some shit. It's the buff dude with the weird as fuck knee pads. The cat, the mage, and the girl with no fingers. Girl with no fingers. Alright, that's classic. There you go. You got the box art for Phantasy Star 2 after that, so yeah. Already lost relevance. Let's move on to the other one, and then we're done. All that's left to do is to look at the game's manual. That also has some exclusive artwork. That's all I care about, going through these books on stream, just to show the exclusive artworks and shit. This was such a... I got this such a steal on eBay. I can't believe for how cheap I got this one. This one's actually supposed to be the most expensive of these books you can get about this series. But this is the best one. This one. That one is fancy. It's got the original drama CD and shit, but this is the best one. I don't know if this is a reprint. It looks pristine, so this is probably the reprint. I get rid of the overcover, whatever the fuck you call that. But I don't think this has a lot of original price of 3,700 yen. It looks new, so it's probably the reprint. How could I care? Okay. Oh yeah, it's got this huge poster. Every time I open this up, I forget. It's got a big fucking full-size poster of that other art. Oh, both of them even. This one is so good though. Look at this shit. Also, there's like Chaz has got like a alien head. I don't know what's wrong with his hair. It's pretty fucked up. Alright. A collection of the 4 box arts here. More. Sure, you're all familiar with that. Really high quality screenshots. Full color. Everything is full color. There's some spoilers here and there, but no worries. Joe Penn, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, it's about Phantasy Star 2 already. 2. What is it? Oh, yeah, the super deformed design and 3 from Toyozaki. Love that. Well, didn't have a lot. The other one had more, right? About the first game. This is 4. What's this? Combination? Holocaust. This is a list of the combination attacks in Phantasy Star 4, dude. What's this one? Like the final one. This destruction. Yeah, you have to use the 4 main characters. The thing I never liked about Phantasy Star 4 is the forced character party, but then again it's like mandatory for the plot. But they forced the party of Chaz, Ren, Rika, and Rune on you. I like 2 the best because you can pick your own dudes. Oh, these are cool. Like, if you're a fan. We're here for the first game. Oh, I gotta play this shit sometime. I gotta play the Game Gear ones. I gotta play the fucking Game Gear, the Text Adventures on Mega Drive as well. Those are bound to come up sooner or later. There's one for each Phantasy Star 2 character. Yeah, Game Gear, Phantasy Star Gaiden and Phantasy Star Adventure. Morricane keeps saying how shit they are. I wanna play them. Phantasy Star Collection. This book, some books I don't have. This book I don't have. This is another book with a lot of original artwork, and there's no scans online that I could find. I don't have it. The hint books, the game book for 2. I have game book for 2 and 3. There's a game book for 1. I don't have it. I could look at it, but it would contain, although really good manga artworks, it would contain spoilers. So I wanna look at that. Oh, and the still shots of the commercials. This is the commercial we've shown earlier. Could give it another go if you guys want. It's just 16 seconds long. 4 megabits ROM, FM sound. Commercial for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Interestingly, 2 was the only one that didn't have real actors. It's probably the only one that didn't need them. It's also probably the one that took the shortest development cycle, but also achieved the most with the least. I know Endless Night. I don't like CD audio in games. I much fucking prefer FM sound, man. The only thing I'll complain about the Phantasy Star 4 soundtrack is the bass. It's weak as shit. Dude, this lore shock is short as fuck. It's not even half of the Phantasy Star 3 one. And it's over, so... Not really. So... There's an interview for the staff of 4, but here you see... she was team leader in the 4th game, but she was also designer for the 1st game. Work on the 1st and the 4th game. And work on the 3rd one. She did work on the 2nd one though. Some more non-relevant stuff. Sketches of that awesome thingy. Here. I like this stuff a lot. There you go. Relevant to the stream. Let's get an overview here. I'm not like into her design. I never liked her design much because of the circlet thing. How do you call it? The headband thing. That looks excessively girly. Otherwise, I can dig the character, I suppose. There's lots. Lux first. I'm mentioning Lux first and show them. It's probably like the earlier design. Supposed to be girly. Big dude that looks silly as shit. Look at that armor, what the fuck? Look at that, it's a fucking golem. You can't even see his hands. Laconian armor. Oh. Laconian armor model Tyrone. Sick. Then the cat. You gotta have a furry. The armor is also flexing. Oh my god. Dude, this is... Oh, these are all Phantasy Star 1 enemies. The wizard. The little shit wizard. It's a good focus. Classic. Big hoof knight. Was this like a Motavian? You get to play as a Motavian in 4, but in every game except the 3rd one. Grizz in 4. Sure, most people are familiar with 4. Grizz is a Motavian, basically furry beasts. Space Harrier Mammoth with it's got 2 eyes. The lizard, the zombie. Yeah, the fish man. Take that one. Probably just a throwback Duke. Why not? Well, and then oh, items. This is okay. Yeah, this is also Phantasy Star 1. Just look at this shit, I suppose. There's pistols. Do you even use pistols in the first? Oh, look at meow, whatever the fuck is pronounced. It's equipment. Just used to say Mew because the 3rd game. Grew up with that one. What's the drone, dude? Hop with B? Whatever. And that's it. There's a 2nd game. Oh, still a 2nd game. Okay. It's Muham. Thank you very much for that. Cheer. Thank you for the 100 bits, Moo. Appreciate it. and to the charity as well. All right. I'll do the spec. See, we were blazing through the spec magazine. That's the spec magazine. Now that's a fucking magazine. The Riekokodama Shoujo Fantasy 1 Shoujo manga. So cringy. And the good one by the designer of Tales is actually apparently a very skilled mangaka. Deal with Alice and shit. Yeah. Good stuff. Issue 9 of the Spec magazine. Sega Players Enjoy Club. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed all of that, or at least parts of it. I know I did. Let me carefully wrap this up. This is like my most prized video game possession that's not a video game. It's not really expensive, just I really like it. Alright, gonna put that on the side. All that's left for this stream before actually playing the video game really is just to look at the manual, which it's gonna take like 2 minutes because only has black and white stuff in it. Sorry, burp. Ooh. Rob can spin gyrodiscs and put them on pressure plates to interact with your NES games. By the way, sure. Okay, Duke. Thanks for that tip there. Alright. I should already have the manuals up on my Google Chrome tabs. There you go. There you fucking go. Now this is the original Master System manual. This is the original Master System manual, but there's scans for every manual of this game because it's very popular. What I like to open these manuals for is the artwork, of course. So stuff is original. The artworks you're seeing is just manual exclusive, even though they're in every Phantasy Star manual or so. They're exclusive. This is the game's intro. Cast of characters. Okay, so let me look at the katakana. You have Arisa, you have Meow. So her name is Meow. Okay. Her name, well, its name. You have Rutsu and you have Tyron. I believe in English they're called Alice, Meow, Noah, and Odin. Okay. I'm not gonna be a whip. I'm gonna be playing the English version. I'm gonna call them with the English names. Short sword, blah blah blah. Is that it? Screenshots. Okay, there's this one. The map. Okay, Algol is the star, the sun, so it's the Algol system. You got Daedalus at the far end, on the left, which is the ice planet. You have Palma on the right, which is where it's gonna take place, and we know, like, Mother Brain is gonna destroy it, and the lore ties back a lot with Phantasy Star 2 and 3, and then Motavia, the center one. Tile set. Random janky meow artwork. It feels so stupid, cringy, and weird to say meow out loud. It's exactly the sound we make in Italy for the cat. Nice onomatopoeia. I suppose it's too different, but anyways. Iron armor. To the Odin armors are just fucking off with the fairies in this game. There's lots owning a dragon. There's lots owning a slime. That's Meow getting owned. There's probably status effects in this game. Enemies, look at that. Okay. There's a motive in this Zolian. You see these guys a lot in the second game. And in the fourth game, you can play as there's a playable character for each of these two races. Like, this guy's got a fucking cleaver in his hand. Like a Chinese cook. This is gonna be so fun. Alright. I had this open. This is the Korean manual. It's got different box art for some reason. It's so creepy. Look at that. The fuck is that? I don't know why they bothered to change it, but it looks different on the inside as well. It's the same artworks, but I like the original pencil sketches or something. Even the layout of the manual seems to be the same. They look better like this anyways. I don't know why they changed it. Like, this looks better. For some reason the Korean man look. And there's Shibibinman telling you how to fucking treat your cartridge for some reason. The Samsung Mega Drive. It's called Super Game Boy. There's actually the manual for the game we're gonna be playing ourselves. Hattori Hanzo, what's up? Welcome. Which is right here. Yeah, ask what was up with the robot. There's no reason to lie to me. The map that comes with the game, I do not have it. Let me see if it is not scanned on Sega Retro. Maybe I can find it by next stream. I'll have to wing it. There's not on Sega Retro. Can't find a scan of it. This is a Japanese manual. The Mega Drive manual. It's still just the same. Just reformatted a little bit. Catchy hot bow gems. Here's the map that comes with game art. That's all I have. Are you sure it comes with a map, Mori? You would think it would be scanned on Sega Retro, you know. Maybe it's just in the Saturn one. Alright, that concludes the lore shock. That's a pretty long one. Not as unleashed as the Phantasy Star 3 one. I'm never gonna top that one. Oh, you can see the flying castle in this, and Meow is standing on top of the window. I never noticed the detail of the flying castle. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Gonna go to the video game. I am video games. But I am going to take a very short, but very well deserved break here as I go take a pee. And wow, maybe I should lower that sub goal now. And I'm gonna go open a beer and hit the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in just a few. Yo, Iggy! Just in time for the full screening. Let's put up some Phantasy Star 2 music. Bow gems. Thank you very much, Duke, as well. Wow. Iggy with a 22 months resub. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks so much for the continued support. It's good to see you. Duke with 100 bits beer video games. That's a pretty good combo. Glad I didn't completely bore the fuck out of everybody. And whoa, Tonda. Shit, I can't take a beat. Tonda, thank you very much for the 50 bits. Appreciate it. I will have to pee eventually. Ingvar's 100 bits and using the cheer mode, so Ingvar's wins. Ingvar's just won over everybody else because he used the cheer mode. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, without having to wait for the scroll myself, let me see what's the situation. One is the only one without a larger folding map. I guess so, you know. I gotta buy the new 3 version. I don't have the map that comes with 3, and my 3 copy is messed up a bit. But I have 2 and 4 in pristine conditions with a folding map. Yeah, it's that one in the manual. It's pretty tiny. Anyway, College Slam 6 votes, Trampling Terror only 2 votes. Taiwanese Baseball at 5 votes. Strider 2 and Restart tied up at 9 votes. Alright, I'll be right back. Captain! Shit. Captain, thanks for the 6 month of the tier 2 subscription. Incredibly generous there, Captain. Thank you very much. Toilet preventing sub combo indeed. I think you just achieved the sub badge I styled myself according to the Phantasy Star 2B. Alright, I can go now. Thanks guys. Catch you in a second.